Today we're going to talk a little bit about the Boykin Spaniel. Specifically, we're talking about my puppy that I received from CAVERN Kennels. But we're going to talk about him overall as a breed, and I'll just give you my opinions on it. Me and Pete crossing the Mackinac Bridge. Hi, buddy. It is beautiful out there. I can't believe you're missing this. You should be looking out your window. See? Yeah, it's pretty, huh? Now Pete, I picked Pete up at CAVERN Kennels. They're down in Crossville, Tennessee. Warren Ritchie owns CAVERN Kennels, and he is an awesome guy to do business with. These dogs are leaps and bounds ahead of the competition. I mean, from the time you pick them up, he's already had them on live quail. They've already been riding in vehicles. They've been swimming. And Pete has been nothing but a joy to train. I mean, he is highly intelligent. He comes from great DNA tested bloodlines. And I tell you, I couldn't be happier. To me, it's just amazing that a 5-month-old puppy can be out here shooting while you're shooting birds. He's focused on the task at hand. He wants to hunt. That's like all he wants to do. And when we're back at camp or, bouncing around the United States, he's relaxed, he's chill. And when we get to the field, this is what he's like. He's out here, he's sniffing, he's hunting, That's what he was bred to do. And he's a happy dog to have around. And he's a good looking dog. And the fact that he's just so intelligent and so easy to train, it makes me as a trainer actually look good. When I'm nothing special. I just watch a few videos and do what I did with my labs, and his development is just amazing. I really can't recommend the Boykin enough to people. I think it's funny because sometimes I meet guys who have big labs and they think that my little brown dog is they're like, what are you going to do with that little thing? I'm like, man, he's just a puppy, but he's probably better than your 3 or 4 year old dog that you didn't put any time in training. But it's just, you could tell that this type of environment, this is where he wants to be. Look, we got ducks flying around right here. Zooming right over the top of the cattails. But we're already done for the day. So we can't shoot anymore, Petey. But, there are some issues with the Boykins that some people talk about. So one of the things that I noticed coming out here, if you look this year in North Dakota, the burrs are terrible. They are everywhere out here. Maybe it's worse because it's a dry year. Petey, hey, Pete, come. Good boy. But maybe it's worse because it's a dry year. But I have to say that this, come on brother, this up here, it's actually made my life exponentially easier, because our first day out, he was covered in those burrs. His hair was just tangled. I had to brush him. But what the key is this stuff called Pantene. It's a spray-in detangler. And I actually, if you look at him, he looks a little shiny around his ears right now. And he also looks the same way on his belly. The burrs don't really stick to his back for some reason, but his ears and his belly, they don't look, they don't come out very easy. So the key that I have found is this stuff right here. Pantene Conditioning Hair Mist and Detangler. This stuff, you give him a few quick sprays before we head to the field, and he actually comes back with no burrs on him at all. We've been doing that for, I think this is the 8th day that I've been using it, and we haven't had a single burr to brush out since. So the only thing that I have found that I don't like about the Boykins so far, I mean, I love their size. I think they're a gorgeous dog. He's extremely intelligent. And the only thing that I have found that was kind of annoying was the coat, as far as just getting it to the point where he wasn't covered in burrs. So a little bit of some $2 spray and mist, problem solved. The fact that I have waterfowl hunted my entire life and I never even heard of a Boykin Spaniel until maybe a year before I picked Pete up. It's just crazy. I'd never seen one, never heard of one. I understand that they're the South Carolina state dog, but you just don't see them up here in the north where I'm at. So around here, I mean, literally every hunter I come across is asking me, you know, what kind of dog this is, what I'm doing with him, where did I get him? And then they just can't believe how well a little dog like this can retrieve waterfowl. Now, I haven't had him on big geese yet, but that's because he's a little, you know, he's still a baby. I don't want a big goose to scare him when he's doing so well. But you could see, I mean, this dog, he's just on it all the time. If he's out of the truck and he's wandering around someplace that's not a city park, he's hunting. You know, he's looking for something. And it's actually amusing because whenever you're out here walking around, any little bird that goes by, any Tweety bird he sees, he's after it. So all I can say is, if you have questions as to whether or not your household or your lifestyle can sustain a dog as big as a lab, or if you're just looking for a change, you got to get yourself a Boykin Spaniel. These dogs are awesome. They're gorgeous. They're smart. I mean, I haven't had a single health issue with him yet. And he's an athletic little guy. I mean, he swam, you know, he's already wrestled with a big pit bull that was camped beside us for about 2 hours today. And he swam for an hour retrieving ducks. And here he is, he's all dried off and he's ready to go again. He's really just disappointed that I won't leave the truck and come back out here and shoot some more ducks. Hey, look at this retrieve. He is way out there. Good boy, Pete, bring it here, come on. What a good puppy. Good puppy. Good boy, Pete. All right, we're gonna start cleaning up some decoys after Pete brings this in the rest of the way. It's time to go home, we got another limit. Good boy, buddy. Ultimately, I couldn't be happier with the dog that I got from CAVERN Kennels. If you're interested in a water dog, you owe it to yourself to at least take the time to look into the Boykin Spaniel. I absolutely think that you will not be disappointed. Anyways, if you all want to see some more videos that star Pete and some of the adventures that we're on, because we live a pretty interesting lifestyle, then hit that subscribe button. Check us out. We're just getting started, but there's a lot more to come. And don't critique my editing too bad. I'm just starting to figure this all out. Thanks and have a great day.